Hey, Zach. Hey, Cole. How are ya? Be right with ya.
Tell me pretty lies, look me in the face. Tell me that you love me, even if it's fake.
What is going on, everybody? What is going on? How you doing today? I am doing well, Zach. Thank you for asking. I am doing great. Apparently somebody outside is not, but I am doing great. What is going on? Something is not right here. I don't know what it is, but something is not right. Sorry, watch your ears. Nope, I've had this mic for a little bit. I just never hardly use it. I just got everything set up the way that I wanted to. Finally, for some reason, my USB port, my third one, wasn't working right. So I finally got it working right. And usually I wouldn't, that's where I'd plug my mouse into. And so I didn't have room for my mic. So I haven't been using it. But awesome, Cole. Good to hear. Good to hear that you're doing well. That's awesome. So what is going on? If my Nightbot comes on, don't worry. It likes to argue with itself. So if you see it, bantering at it, going back and forth, bantering at itself. Oh, don't worry about it yelling at you either. I got to tweak it. So, yeah. Everything is going good here. Finally got everything up. Everything up and running right, hopefully. I don't know. I'm streaming on Facebook, Twitter. Messing up my whole screen here. Facebook, Twitter, where else? YouTube, obviously, and Twitch. So, hopefully, everything is working right. Everybody can see everything. Today, I figured we'd talk about paranormal stories. If anybody's got any paranormal stories that they'd like to share, as always, you can come up on panel and share them there. Or you can share them in the chat, and I'll just read them out. Whatever anybody would like to do. I'm a little slow today. Today is definitely my Monday. Definitely my Monday. There's the link if anybody would like to come up on panel. I couldn't. I'm telling you. Well, you know what? I think a lot of it has to do with the hubby's sick, and I'm trying to fight it, but I'm not winning. I am not winning. I've been really tired lately. Been really tired. And I don't know. It seems in the mornings I do not want to wake up. I don't go to bed late. So, you know, who knows what's going on. And it's a nice day out. It's a beautiful day out here. But yeah. So you guys got any paranormal stories? And when I mean paranormal, I mean like and it can be any story. Paranormal, UFO, cryptoids. Yes, I know it doesn't exist, Nightbot. Nightbot just likes to yell at me. That's all it is. But yeah, any types of stories going on. Awesome. Whereabouts are you, Cole? I forgot where you're from. What is going on? Kansas, that's right. That's right. Very cool. Very cool. Well, I can see already with this whole Facebook thing that this is going to be so much fun. Somehow I got to figure out if there is a pop-out chat, I should say, on Facebook. Who knows? Who knows? So don't mind me. I'm just trying to get everything situated. You know how it is in the beginning of my streams. One of these times, you guys are going to see me try to pull up my chair and I'm going to flip over. If anything, you should watch for that because it's going to be great. I'm missing a wheel on my chair, so I got to work it just right. And, you know, one of these days that's not going to happen. Not going to happen. Let's see what's going on here. Okay. Yeah, so I like to hear people's paranormal stories. I have a few to share. They're just, you know, when I was younger, I dealt with, and I still do, I delve on a Ouija board. And one night was the creepiest that I remember. We were playing, it was me. Who the hell was all there? It was me, my friend Todd, I think my friend David. And that could have been it. My friend Robin could have been there too. But we were playing the Ouija board, and it was the first time. It's not the first time I ever played it, because you know my family's like that. My Ouija board, my first Ouija board was a gift from my aunt, And my mom hated it so much. But yeah, it was a gift from my aunt. And we were playing, and we were in the living room playing the Ouija board, and in my kitchen the cupboard door slammed. Now I tried to maybe 16, 17, 16, I believe. And I tried to debunk it and think that it was my cat, but there was no way my cat could have reached the top cupboards. It was pretty creepy. And my mom's bedroom was right next door, and she never woke up. Never ever. It was weird because my mom, even though she trusted me in that, she was like any other mom. You'd listen for sounds, you listen for, you know, kids and being destructive and all that stuff. And so yeah, never ever heard us scream, which is surprising because we were loud. We were loud. So nope, they're not toys. Hey Melanie, how you doing? My aunt bought me a Ouija board is because she knew that I was interested in the paranormal. I was interested in the thing. Now you got to remember, my parents and my relatives are much older than me. I mean, to put it in perspective, I was born in 73. My dad was born in 1914 and my mom was born in 1925. So, all my brothers and sisters were way older than me. Little, apparently that was her job for a person down the road. They would play the Ouija board, and it was her job. She'd get a penny a person that she would climb under the table and tap everybody's knee. And when they asked can you give us a sign? So that was her job when she was a little girl. I don't know who this person was that had her, what are you going to do? That was my first ever, scary incident. I mean, that's the only thing. I mean, we've had candle rise, it's some crazy times, but I still love my Ouija boards. I love them. So we have some with them, but yeah, you're right. They're not toys. See, I'm a very different person when it comes to beliefs on things. It's just who I am. Can't help it. I'm not changing. I love everybody's point of view. Totally. Oh. Hello, Lou. The Pro TV. I know I butchered that. How you doing, Lou? How you been? What's going on? But yeah, it is awesome. Yeah, so Melanie, you kind of get the, with the whole feel about growing up. That's how it was with my brothers and sisters. Yeah, it was yeah. There's definitely a time gap, and so it's a different world, Sorry, guys. I'm just trying to figure out this whole how I'm going to situate this stuff. It's crazy with having all these chats open, and I feel bad for like missing people's comments and stuff. It's not good. I'm going to have to figure out everything. But yeah, so we have a story up here on let's see. So this story says, my grandma lives in a very stereotypical horror movie house. Small wood Midwestern town, white and old looking home on a farm. She even has a chipped wood Mary nativity scene in the front yard. She also has a cemetery about a half a mile down the road. I used to sleep in the room. What the heck? It just disappeared on me. I hate that. Oh. So I used to sleep in the room in the corner of the top floor, my aunt's room, and it had a when I was younger, I would wake up because I thought I heard rocking to the point where I would wake up my grandma and have to stay in her room. About 10 years later, my mom and aunt and I were talking about how creepy grandma's house was. And my aunt goes on to talk about when she was younger, the reason mom and her ended up sharing a room was because she thought her room was haunted. She said she woke up one morning and the rocking chair was about 2 feet closer to her bed. And after that night, it would start rocking on a nightly basis at midnight. Yep, I'd be moving out of the room. I'd be moving out of that room. I would never stay in that room again. See, now I get scared. Like, I don't get scared of things that easy. Creepy things scare me. Like, even though the movie The Grudge didn't scare me, the actors scared me, if that makes sense. The actors scared me, or The Ring, how she moves, or even like the newer version of The Exorcist, how she spider walks down the stairway. That stuff kind of creeps me out. Is there any particular things that scare you guys? Like, do you get scared of different things? Is it like me where, creepy things, it's unnatural things. That's what freaks me out. That's how I am. And it's just crazy. So another good story is until a few years ago, I still had a flip phone. One day I got a random call asking for some girl named Sarah. I told them that they had a wrong number and they hung up. For the next month, I should say for the next few months, I would get these calls asking for Sarah about once or twice a week, coming from different number and different sounding people. Sometimes these calls came in at 3 a.m. One day I got a call, and like usual, I said that I didn't know Sarah. After they hung up, I went to my contacts and hit redial. The answering machine said that the number did not exist. I went back through my call history trying to call some of the other people that had called me with the same result. A machine telling me that the number did not exist. Every time I would get these calls, I would redial the number and still get the machine. I Googled the numbers, but they were all coming from North Dakota, Montana, basically everywhere in the Midwest. The next time I got the call asking for Sarah, I said, "Oh yeah, she's right here." And the other person on the other end said, "No, she isn't," and hung up. Things started to get weird when I was getting calls from unknown numbers calling me. Whoever or whatever on the other end hung up for a second. I hung up the second I said hello. Once I got the call where they didn't hang up after I said hello, I could hear someone on the other end just listening, but they didn't say anything. I just got creeped out by it. Yeah, that wouldn't bother me as much, but I can imagine that would be kind of scary. I could understand that. Just that unnervousness about it. Let's see, what else? I was staying in the Flamingo Hotel in Las Vegas, oldest property on the Strip with a sordid mob history. In the middle of the night, I woke up and saw a dark figure moving around the foot of my bed and coming up the gap between the twin beds. Now that would freak me out, not gonna lie. I hit the light and there was a full figure of a man in a 60s sports blazer with blood all over his face. I yelled, "Go away," and started flinging my arm in his direction. Just like that, he disappeared. I woke my friends up in the other bed, and my buddy said, "What the hell are you swatting at?" I told him, and they laughed at me. The following morning, my buddy said after I had fallen asleep, water was dripping on his forehead, but there was no leak in the ceiling, and he was convinced we may have shared a paranormal encounter. That story reminds me of what I've told my kids all along. Maurice, sorry, I didn't see your comment there, hon. This isn't Tuesdays I do readings, tarot readings. So when my kids were younger and they'd get scared of monsters, because as all kids do, I would sit there and tell them, "Listen, just tell those monsters to go away, and they have to. It's their code. It's their rules. To your room, yeah, but they Hey, Addie and Jed Vlogs, how are you, hon? How are you guys doing? Oh, thank you. I have a radio face too. How are you guys doing? But yeah, that's what I would tell my kids. Listen, they have a code. Monsters have a code. If you tell them to go away, they have to go away. So, it worked. Whatever works, right? If anybody would like to come up and share on panel a story of their own, you can go ahead and hit that link and it will bring you up here. If you've used StreamYard before, you know how it goes. If not, I am doing great. Thank you so much for asking. I'm doing great. It's a good day. A little slow today. It's definitely a Monday. It feels like a Sunday here. But yeah, I'm doing great. Thank you so much for asking. But yeah, if anybody has a creepy story or a paranormal story, and like I said before, it don't have to be paranormal. It could be UFO. It could be cryptids. Whatever you would like to share, definitely come on up and share or type into chat, whatever you feel you want to do. Aw, thank you guys. You guys are sweet. For real. You guys are totally sweet. Yeah. Mondays are usually tough for me. I mean, these are the only times that I can go live is Monday through Friday from 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's almost 10:30 now here. But I try to keep it to where when my husband's working and, Hey, Lash Out, how are ya? Oh, there we go. Yeah. How old were you, Lash Out? Saw a shadow when I was younger walking across my granny's dining room. Was that your first experience? Yeah, shadows. I maybe 8. Wow. 6, maybe 8. Okay. Wow. Yeah. Stuff like that, I tell you. When I get my battery, that's what I'm waiting for. When I get my battery for my grid, there's shadow people all over this room. Old man wonder came. Wow, so you got to see um like the definition. So did anybody point out like who it was? Did they see where oh, he used to live there? Nice. Okay. Okay. So everybody knew who he was. Gotcha. Wow. So it sounds like he was just doing his thing. That's wild. That is totally wild. Now, did he just constantly do that, or did you guys see him in other parts of the house? Wow. Walked from one wall through the next room. Wow. Don't mind Nightbot. He likes arguing with himself. Oh, okay. All right. So you were visiting and only saw him that one time. Gotcha. Gotcha. Yeah, we in my old apartment, we had which is odd because like the apartment that I lived in, the part that I lived in was an add-on. So it was built like years later. Um and some of you, if you've been in my stream before, you've heard this story, but the front part of the building was old. It was an old brick home. I mean, old. And so we used to see people like we'd be sitting in the living room and you can like see out into the kitchen. And there was a guy and a girl that was there. They were in period clothing, like I mean, to where the guy had a top hat and coattails and everything like that, and she had the little flower hat and the dress that went down to the floor. Should look like she should have been carrying a parasol or something. Um, they would walk out from my daughter's room and walk out into the kitchen. And one night, this was the freakiest. See, this is where I laugh at myself for flight or flight because I always, specify that I'm going to be there no matter what. I'm going to help my family out, man. Let me tell you, twice now in my life have I fled just because I didn't know what the hell was going on. But my son's room was off to the, so if you're like sitting on the couch, you're looking straight at the kitchen, and then to the left, that way, I guess, it would be my son's room. Well, me and my ex-husband were sitting there watching TV one night, sitting on a couch. It was about, I'd say about 11:30 or 11:30 midnight-ish, around that. My son's in bed, my daughter's in bed, and I sat there and we were watching this movie, and all of a sudden you hear thump, and you see my son like crab walking backwards out his bedroom. I've never seen that kid move so fast in all my life, especially crab walking. That scared. I grabbed my ex-husband's leg and I go, "What the hell's wrong with him?" Great mom, huh? But all right, hurry back. Um, all right, James. Yeah, hurry back. But when I was yeah, I grabbed him and was like, "What the hell is wrong with him?" Apparently, what had happened was he saw this man that I was talking about in a top hat. He swears that the guy pulled him out of bed, and that's why he crab walked all through the living room. And yeah, so I mean, stuff like that, you know, it happens, and you get scared. Man, I just, like I said, I was like, "What the hell's wrong with him?" Because I didn't know what was going on. Of course, my ex-husband didn't know what was going on. But what are you gonna do? But yeah, he said that that man pulled him out of bed. We never had another bad experience like that before. The only thing is my daughter came out and said somebody was whispering her name. I was sleeping, so I told her it was the heater. But, you know, what are you gonna do? But those experiences, they stay in your mind. They stay in your mind. And you never forget them, you know? But seeing shadows, yeah, I can't wait to get these batteries for the grid. This is, like I said, we see shadows all around here, this room. Welcome back. Did you want to type in chat or did you want to come up on panel? You can always come up on panel if you'd like. You just hit that button. Or you can type it in chat. It's up to you, whatever you want to do. But yeah, those type of things, especially when you're younger, they always stick in your head. As older, you know, as an older person, definitely, I've had some that stick in my head, or at least when people tell me, it's the creep factor that gets me. It's the creep factor. The unnaturalness of things. No problem. No problem, James. That's okay. That's okay. I know how that feels. Uh yeah. Yeah, that's no problem. Believe me. That's what's so nice about, I guess, living here is, for some of you might know that I work and live in a hotel. My husband works here as the cook, and this place has got some creep factor to it, all the way up in Alaska. Um, yeah, we got some stuff going on here, and that's why I don't know if you can see it. That mirror right there. Zach knows, he's been in here a couple times. He knows that that mirror, the reason we got those, they're basically staffs there, is to block out stuff because there's something going on with that mirror. And so yeah, that's okay. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine, James. Oh, thank you guys so much. Thank you so much. You're awesome. I appreciate it. But yeah, James, go ahead and type. Okay. No, that's not what I was sharing there, Nightbot. Nightbot's trying to get out there. So, okay, James wrote, anyways, there was an entity in my best friend's house which could move objects around, send death threats on the phone, mess with electronics, and play violin music at night. Wow. Now that would creep. Out of all those things, what would creep me out the most is that violin music at night. That would creep me out the most. Sending death threats on the phone, like a text message, that's pretty wild. That's pretty wild. Now, James, is it still there? Aw. Thank you, Eddie and Jen the vlogs. I appreciate you guys. That's okay, James. I was just asking, I said the one thing that would freak me out the most would be the violin blah, I can't talk apparently. Violin music at night. That would freak me out the most. Now with the death threats on the phone, were they like text messages? Yeah. That's what that would freak me out the most is that music. If I heard violin music at night, I would be like, text and voice. Wow. Just telling you guys to get out? Is he still in that apartment or that house? Because I don't know. With that music, I would freak out. Good. Yeah. He gave him symbols to put on the house. That's yeah, nice. Yeah, that's kind of freaky when a spirit wants to threaten you and, definitely. That's creepy. Hopefully nobody got hit with those objects that were flying around. That is definitely creepy, yeah. I thank you for sharing your story with us. Yeah. I would yeah, I don't know what I would do. I'm telling you that violin music would creep me out of everything. What kind of like death message or death threats would it say? Yeah, share them away, James. Go for it. Yeah, definitely. I'd love to hear them. That's what this show is all about. So yeah, what creeps you guys out the most? There's the question while James is typing what's going on. What creeps you guys out the most about the paranormal? Like, is there any creep factor that would scare you more than anything, or would at least make you think, like, I don't know. I mean, yeah, if I heard violin, I don't know why the violin, but that would creep me out. I mean, any kind of music. Hey, Steven, how you doing, hon? How you doing? we're just talking about creepy stories and paranormal stories. If you got anything to share, please feel free to share away. And like I said before, don't worry about Nightbot. He just likes to yell at each other. They like to yell at each other. There was once a bunch of delinquents hanging around my best friend's lawn. So I instructed my friend to hold his hand out as he was holding back a large dog and go outside and release it. I'm doing okay, Stephen. Thanks for asking. The kid ran away screaming, yeah, there's stuff in this world, you know? Yep. Definitely. Sorry, guys. There was sounded like a car door right by my window, which shouldn't be a car door right by my window. The only time that happens is when the cop's going through the... I don't know what's going on out there. Then at night, my friend heard scratching and whimpering. There were dents in the wall. Really? I wonder if that dog he released came back in. Sounds like somebody's right outside my bedroom. I can't see anybody. It's probably... I thank you. I thank you, James, for sharing that. Though that's pretty cool. But I wonder if the dog that he sent out was trying to, if he heard whimpering. That's what makes me think scratching. Yeah, like they were trying to come back in. If that makes sense. It's like I'm your pet now. There's nobody here, Stephen, but it sounds like honestly, I think that it's somebody on the walkway, the pathway, changing the garbage or something. I don't know. Stephen, England is a spooky place at night. Definitely. I want to go there. I want to go visit castles so bad. I'd love, not for the paranormal, even just to experience a castle. I mean, I know we have some here in America too, but I just castles are so beautiful. But of course, I'd love to investigate them too, Hey, Amethyst, how you doing, hon? James, what's my thoughts on religion? My beliefs or other people's beliefs are their own. Whatever they believe, that's what they believe. That's how I look at things. They don't, yes, it is, Stephen, but they don't like to be called that. They're Native. They're Native Americans. That's exactly what they are. I myself, when I was younger, I was Presbyterian. That's what I was, basically Baptist. I'm sorry to hear that you're sad, Amethyst. With me, I've been a witch since I was 16 years old. I don't like organized religion. That's the only thing. You know, I think everybody's belief is their own belief, and that makes them who they are. Nothing wrong with anything in my eyes. I'm sorry to hear that you're sad, Amethyst. I'm sorry. I hope you feel better. Okay, James, no problem. See, now that's awesome, Steven. That is awesome. That is so cool. Really. And that's usually not the case with castles, isn't it? Usually they're not whole. They're like hollowed out and, wore down and everything from nobody keeping the uptake on them, basically. I love castles. I think they're beautiful, whether they're broke apart or not. I just think they're beautiful. Okay, is that what it's? See, I'm not very good at looking into history about that, but that makes sense. I'm sorry, James. Would it be helpful to try the one on YouTube? I don't know why I haven't gotten any notification. The only notification that I've heard that was having problems was Facebook. That's the only thing. And even though I stream to Twitch and Facebook and YouTube, the best one I could tell you is to come to YouTube. To me, that's the best one anyway. Right, Zach? That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, it would be nice if a fully functional castle. But they still have them, don't they, Stephen? The Royals and Roundheads. That's, yeah, I can understand that. Okay, most castles in Wales are complete. Okay. Yeah, I would I mean, God. But even your normal houses over there, they're beautiful. They're beautiful. I mean, don't get me wrong. I look at things a little differently when it comes to homes and houses and that. I believe that every house is somebody, or every building was somebody's dream at one time. So, hey, welcome, James, to YouTube. um, yeah, like every house or home was somebody's dream, whether it be the architect, the designer, the homeowner itself. You know what I mean? So I look at stuff like that. But over there in the UK, I'm telling you, you guys just have some beautiful houses. Homes, I should say. Good. I'm glad that the YouTube at least is working better for you. Okay, cool. That's on my channel too. We talk spirit talk. Okay. Yep. Okay, so you had that experience. For 80s people, that would be like the smoking in the boys' room with Motley Crue. Where, the poster comes to life. Or no, he went through a mirror. What? There was an 80s band that did that, though, with the poster. I almost want to say it was Striper, but I'm not sure. But okay, so beautiful, Stephen. Oh, that's awesome. No problem, Eddie. No problem. I bet. Now, James, did you hear, like, did they sound different? I love hearing about experiences like that. I can understand that, Stephen. Or James, I'm sorry. Yes, medieval buildings are the best. Yes, those are cool. Oops. The Diddy said, calm down. And I tried, but I couldn't. And the next day, it was so you kind of like went through a time loop type thing. That's what it sounds like. Like you went through a time loop of it just never happened. That's my take on it. That's pretty wild. That is pretty wild. Yeah. That is pretty wild. I can kind of say I've been through something like that, but not to that extreme, like where it never happened. Like, I don't know, it could have been my own mind messing with me too, but it was like basically, okay, they sound female. All right. Like a higher pitch anyway. But yeah, like I've gone through some very stressful times to where it just, and it could be the situation too, at least with me. I'm not saying for you. You know what you've experienced, and that right there is all the proof that I need. That's why one of the reasons, and I've stated this before, this is one of the reasons I made this channel, is because for the longest time I was always the shy one in the back until I got to know you or whatnot. You know what I mean? I was always the shy one. I didn't talk out. I didn't, well, I've always been like a people watcher anyway. And this channel, the reason I started this channel was because I came Well, I think it has something to do with me turning 40, where I finally said, basically, you know what? This is who I am. This is how I am. This is how I feel about things. And I don't care what other people think. I mean, I do care what other people think, but you know what I mean. Um, and I want to have a platform where that's why when you asked me about religion and that, I said what people believe is what they believe. And that's definitely, it holds true in my heart because I wanted to make a platform where people can come and they can, if they believe in UFO, all the odd stuff, you know what I mean? Not odd stuff, but if they believe in UFOs, nobody here is going to diss them for believing in that. If they believe in the paranormal, nobody's going to be here to diss them because I won't allow it. If they believe in cryptids, Bigfoot, Mothman, fairies, I basically look at life like, who am I to judge anybody? I'm nobody to judge anybody. And I want people to have a safe place to be able to come talk about it and not feel like they have to hide things or, put things in a different perspective. This is a place to be yourself. Hey, Freaky, how you doing? Exactly. Have a nice chat with no arguing. Exactly. That's the whole reason why I made this channel. I felt like I had to hide who I was for a very long time, and it's not fair to nobody through life. That's why I do it kind of ties into why I do conspiracy theories, because my biggest thing with conspiracy theories and or per se the government with the UFOs, if they are hiding that they are real, if they are hiding that there is aliens, all those people, and I get emotional about that. All those people that thought they were crazy, all those people that were put in asylums because of the fact that they thought they saw an alien or they saw a UFO, and the government being hiding, it's just not right. It's not, hopefully I you understand what I'm saying, but that's why I practically made this channel. Now I'll get off my soapbox there. Okay, let's see. Well, let's see some of these comments. I would like York. That's an old Viking city. I've been there a few times. That is pretty cool. That's 9th century. See, this is where I'd love to talk to somebody like you because of the fact that I'm not good with centuries. Like if you tell me a timeline, I can kind of grasp it, but I'm not, unless I go and research it really well. That's funny. Yeah, that first step can be a doozy, man. I'm telling you. I love Freaky. So awesome. So awesome. You always come up with the best stuff, I swear. But yeah, I mean, Vikings, that would be cool too. I have a Viking stone. I love my Viking stone. My one of my good friends, she loves Vikings. Like she can tell you everything about them. I mean everything. Yeah, exactly, Freaky. That's exactly it too. You caught me. Okay, Steven. All right. Very cool. Yes, you're right, Freaky Geek. When Viking comes to mind, think opera. Yeah, definitely. But James, thank you so much for sharing your stories with us. Those are some pretty cool stories. Yeah, very cool. I appreciate you coming in and sharing those with me and all of us. Those are really cool. And, you know, anytime you want to stop into the channel, please feel free to. Odin and Thor, yeah. Yep. What do you mean ever have paranormal experiences with humans? I rather hang out with dead people than humans sometimes. Oh, where you thought they were regular humans? I haven't per se personally where I've heard a lot about that, like doppelgangers, are you talking about? Is that what you mean, James? Doppelgangers? Or just somebody you didn't know where you thought you were talking to a human and they weren't there? Okay. Now, I've heard a lot of doppelganger stories where they thought they were talking to the person and the person's like, no, we weren't there. I wasn't at, like, you ran into somebody at the store and was like talking to them and stuff like that. And they're like, no, I wasn't at the store today. That type of thing. I've heard a lot of those stories. But I can't say unless I find out something, you know, who I've talked to recently, um, I can't say that at least that I know of. Because I didn't put that alias in there. I put another one. I think it was supposed to be like, I think I put it as just moon and not I moon or exclamation moon. Nightbot just likes to argue with itself. See, my situation is I used to go on Twitch all the time. I used to be a gamer. I still am, but not as prominent. But so like my Nightbot and everything was hooked up to my Twitch, and so when I found out that you could do it with YouTube and through Restream and stuff like that, I think I set up whole nother Nightbot. So because Nightbot is it's telling itself not to use that. So like I have Nightbot set up for a command with exclamation moon. Well, it's broken, the link's broken or something in it. So Nightbot is telling itself, stop posting that. Okay, let's see. Oops. A video of two people arguing. The one guy said to the other, break the light as if they are so powerful. Wow. I don't know what to take on that, James. I really don't. The one guy said the other break the. Yeah, do you have the link to the. Okay. I'm going to actually write the description down of what you just told me so I can search it. Freaky, if you do the same and you find it, let me know. Definitely. So, like, points the light, makes a fist. Break the light. Powerful. I do have a. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, do you have it? Is it on your channel, James? Oh, okay. Well, Stephen, I don't know much about Alaska either, except Valdez here. We do have I know, like, we do have the Dr. Seuss house. If you look up the Dr. Seuss house, it's it's a house built that looks like something that Dr. Seuss would have built. Hey, it's warmer here in the wintertime than at the East Coast. That's all I care about. Very old house. We have old yeah, we have very old houses because you got to remember Alaska. We have the Alaska Triangle, we have the Alaska Pyramid. Yeah, I'll definitely take a link, James. Um yeah, if you're on Facebook, if you go to Shadows of the Moon 1 on YouTube or on Facebook or Missy 396, whichever. Yeah, I don't know too much about Alaska, but I know we do have a lot of very old houses here. Not so much in this part because of the fact that in 1964, hey Huntress, how you doing, hon? In 1964, Valdez had a big tsunami, and it wiped out old Valdez, and that's why I want to go down there and investigate. But I gotta wait till wintertime because of the bears. And we recently just found out that there is an old Chinese cemetery way back in the woods that they got roped off and everything that they just discovered, I believe, something like that. And we want to go check that out. I live in the triangle, Eddie. I live in the triangle. I live in part of the triangle. If you look up the Alaska Triangle, I live in Valdez. Hurry back, freaky geek. There's a lot, yes, yeah. There's a lot of Asians that come here. I don't know why, because they're always cold. Now, mind you, my boss and my bosses are Korean, and I absolutely love them. They're like family to me, but they're always cold. Well, my general manager's not, but his parents are. There she is, Miss Diary. How you doing, hon? But yeah, Eddie, I live in the triangle. The pyramid, I have not. They won't let people down there. I'm 2 hours away from Harp. Um, I always sat there and criticized people for moving to California because of the earthquakes, and here I moved to Alaska that has earthquakes and Harp. I've only been here, Eddie, for 3 years, and I don't get out much. The first 2 years, I was constantly working. Um, it's hard to explore up here because there's such a bear population. And I really want to get it out, but hey, Parababes, how you doing? I really want to get out and explore Old Valdez. Definitely with my equipment. I definitely want to get out there and explore that. And now this old Chinese cemetery. So I'm definitely excited, but like I said, I have to wait till winter because I am not. The joke is, and like Freaky Geek and Diaries and Zach have heard me, and Steven, I'm sure, have heard me say this before, that, because me and my husband, we want to get a Fleur. And I told him all the time, I tell him all the time, he's going to be investigating with the spirit box and all that, the K2, and I'm going to be using the Fleur not for spirits, but for bear. So yeah, I'm, it's definitely a hard place to explore, but I'd love to, because there's still so much. Like, this is like, right, Valdez is the gold rush place. We just like had gold rush days, and so like a lot of old panning miners and stuff like that. Just, there's so much to explore here, but then you have to be careful in the wintertime because of the fact that the whole state becomes one big ice cube, and it gets very slippery and hard to drive on, and it's scary. So it's crazy. It's hard. It's hard to investigate. I can understand why there's not that many paranormal investigators in Alaska. It's just very hard to get around. Yeah, there's a lot of old mines. Definitely. I am doing wonderful, Parababes. Thank you for asking. Here, I'm not even, look at this. I'm not even sharing out people that's coming in. I'm so sorry. So James, yeah, definitely send those links. I would love to check them out. I'm good. I'm glad you're doing great, Huntress. It's great to see you guys in here. Diaries, but in the background. I love it here. I absolutely love it here. Well, I mean, okay, let me just say, I love where I am in Valdez, just because it's I've said this before many times. It's what America used to be. Like, everybody's so polite. We watch out for the whole community. One of my friends, he came up here. He was talking about being on tour, and he slid through a stop sign, and that generally happens. And I joked with him. I said, we're used to tourists up here. But he's like, nobody like yelled or cursed me out. They came over to make sure I was okay. And that's what Alaska's all about. Yes, Alaska is very big. Alaska is bigger than the United States. Well, it's not bigger. It's like longer. If you put Alaska like in the middle, or starting in California, it runs the whole like length of United States. Yes, I've seen the Northern Lights. See, you guys, if you guys don't tell my boss, but if you guys come up here, let me know because I work and stay in a hotel. I can get discounts. Jason's probably watching this going, really? No. Yes, I've seen the Northern Lights. We don't get them too much here. We do, but I'm not getting up at 3 o'clock in the morning to go see them, I should say. But yeah, we have them here. They haven't been as like vibrant in the past couple years. You definitely see them. You see them over the mountains, which sometimes that is so beautiful. Anybody coming in, don't mind Nightbot. He likes to yell at himself. So. Okay, James, no problem. I don't even know how I disabled messaging. I'll have to check it out, but if you want, you can send it to my Facebook, one of my Facebook pages, if you feel comfortable enough to do that. Oh, okay. Do you have Twitter or anything like that? If not, I mean, I'd really like to see them, definitely. I don't know how to even put messages on YouTube. I mean, I do. I remember a long time ago using messaging on YouTube. I will say now you can do 2 ways you could fly here, which if you're gonna fly here, that would be on Raven Airlines, and, that's basically a puddle jumper. Yeah, you can run a broom. There you go. Oh, you're welcome, James. I thank you. I appreciate you coming on and sharing with us. What is exactly with the story with the mirror? Basically, from the time that we've moved in here, we've seen shadows, people trying to open our door when nobody's there. I mean, in the wintertime, you have to understand, in the wintertime in Alaska, we go from about 10,000 people throughout the summer because it's a tourist town. We go from 10,000 people to about 1,200 people in the wintertime. Okay. So in the wintertime, there's nobody here. I mean, hardly. We get our regulars that stay in the hotel. But the only people downstairs in the wintertime is basically employees. So people go by and rattle the door, but there's nobody there to rattle it. Now, mind you, we had our staffs off of there. It's just driftwood staffs. And this would happen all the time. since we put those staffs there, I don't know what made my husband think about doing that, but he did. It's a different energy. It's like a force field. Like when you walk through our door, which is our door is, hold on. See, if you can see, there's like a little walkway there. Like you can see my jacket hanging there. Right next to that way is the door to go out into the hallway. With that being said, when you walk by the mirror, you get a freaky feeling. It is just electric. You know what I mean? That kind of, we've all experienced that sensation. And that's, my husband put those staffs up there and it stopped doing that. Although we still see shadow people and things here and there, but it's not as bad as it used to be. Like we've had somebody jiggle, like almost sounds like, because, when you go to a hotel, they knock on the door and say, housekeeping. That's almost what it sounds like, but we don't get housekeeping because we live here. So when people are jiggling the handle and everything, sorry, I was on my soapbox again. Oh, let me tell you, Stephen, it's so funny that you said that about the Shining, because that's the whole joke, because our hotel is in the shape of an L, and the hallway that we're on and upstairs is on, and the third floor, I should say, feels like the Shining when you're walking down that hallway. I'll have to take a picture of it and put it on here to let you know how you feel like you're in the Shining, that hallway that never ends. Oh, thank you so much, Eddie and Jen, for stopping by. I am so much appreciate it. You guys are awesome. And thank you so much for sharing this out and everything. Much love to you guys. It's well, we got about almost 80 rooms. Now, mind you, when you come here, there's only one way in. Well, there's 3 ways in, 3 ways out, but there's only one way. Like, you have to understand how remote VALDEZ is. It's a small little fishing town, but people come here because it is a tourist attraction. This is where Exxon had their spill. So, everybody wants to come here to see the pipeline. And so you can fly in. You can drive 6 hours from Anchorage to get here, or you can take the ferry. Those are the 3 ways in or out. Like in the wintertime, we might not get our mail because the planes can't fly or the roads are blocked from snow. When we in the wintertime, it's where the snow is placed on the earth. We get it's nothing for us to get 300 inches of snow. What would you all do if you saw a guy in a headscarf? We get people from all over. We get people. We get some people from all over. We get tourist groups, so it's not gonna. Wouldn't Yeah, it's an adventure getting here. Right? Ask if it's you. Steve, I don't think it's big. I don't know. To me, it's not big. I think because I've worked here for 3 years now, so. But it's a beautiful place. It's worth the adventure getting here. I love it here. I absolutely love it. And that's why I haven't even done any adventures. I mean, we go out fishing, that's about it. We even haven't, because we've been so busy, and Eddie, my husband, he's the only cook here. We haven't gotten to go out fishing this year, and the silvers are running. So it's been crazy. I haven't gone kayaking. I haven't gone on. We have what do you call them? Excursions. We have boats that go out and see the whales and the sea lions. I've seen enough sea lions. I don't care to see anymore. But and the puffin birds and the glaciers. I mean, I love it here. I absolutely love it. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's beautiful in the summertime, and it's beautiful in the wintertime. And it's not that cold in the winter. I can deal with this. Well, pair babes, it might be cold to you. It wouldn't bother me, James. I've been around people that have abilities all my life. We don't have any lions here. Sea lions. Never mind. I thought wow. It's getting that time, guys. Can you tell? Okay. I told you guys about the story about the sea lion, right? That's why I don't want to see any sea lion. Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean, pair babes. I know you guys are down there, and it's like you might get a little cold. You might want to bring some jackets and vests and all that good stuff. But yeah, it's a wonderful place to it's fun. I love it here. And the more people I can trip with bears if we go out, investigating. No, I'm joking. I would never do that. Well, welcome to my world, James. I have a lot of friends that aren't regular. No, I have a lot of friends that have abilities, and yeah. It's so funny, Freaky, because me reading that sounded wrong. We have black, brown, and grizzly. The ones that come into town, though, are mostly black and brown. I feel the same way, pair babes. I feel the same way. I would love to meet you guys. We could all take a trip down to Juneau. I don't know if you guys know about the hotel down there. If you watch Portals of Hell, it was on there. We have lynxes here. We don't have. I haven't heard. I mean, at least in Valdez, we have a lot of moose. Well, the main joke here with me is I've been here 3 years. I haven't seen a moose or a mountain goat. So I tell them all the time I think they're lying. My boss, who's been here 8 years now, I think, um, he said the only wild thing that he's seen here besides bear, because that's just a gimme, is a porcupine, which you don't think of porcupines being here in Alaska, but all sorts of abilities, James. Yeah, we got all the bears here, Steven. There was some lynx down our driveway a little bit, but somebody had said that they were driving up and they saw him over there. I didn't see anything, and if I did, I probably think it was a cat or something. But you hardly ever see cats here. Dogs, yes, but cats you don't see here that often. But if I saw them, or I might have thought it was a fox. We do have fox though, I believe. But no, I have seen moose now. When we went to Anchorage, I saw a lot of moose. Yeah, but they're much more beautiful. Is that a word? Um, I mean, cats are beautiful creatures anyway. But lynxes, yeah, they're the ones that have the tuft coming out of their ears. They're so beautiful. I love lynxes. They're like my favorite, up there with bobcats. Mountain Sky Hotel and Suites. Yep. Lynx aren't that big though, as far as I know. They're not. I mean, bobcats are big, but lynxes aren't that big. I grew up with bobcats in New York. Um, we had a bobcat in our forest. Never even knew about it in the woods area there, and that's where the creek was. That's where all us kids played around. Never bothered us. Yeah, it's the bears. It's the bears. The biggest thing is we had a cub that was newly fresh from its mom. It walked in between because we have a camper, and it walked between our camper and our car. Just walked doo doo doo. It was skittish though. Like Eddie went to open the door to take a picture because that's what you do here, and it ran away. And what's really cool is I love about here is when a bear comes into town, like everybody knows to close their dumpsters, lock their dumpsters. It's the tourist that usually gets us in trouble. But not always, but I'm just joking. But what I like here is they don't dispatch bears. They just shoot them with beanbags and then they go back in the woods and they just go. I've never ran from a deer. Now you guys have white-tailed deer too, right? Those are the deer that I'm used to is whitetail. We don't have deer up here. They have caribou, but that's going up north more. That's another place. We could all go to Nome, Alaska. That's where the whole UFO thing happened. Oh crap, what's it called? Of the fourth kind there. That was Nome, Alaska. While we're up in Nome, Alaska, we can go to the North Pole, Alaska, not the North Pole of the Earth. Yep, it does. It's got a green roof. Right, that's true, freaky. Yeah, you really don't look at their tails. That's funny. That's hilarious. I know people that can see ghosts. I know people that can hear them. Um, some people I know can speak to them, talk with them, know what they're saying. Yes, parababes, exactly. Yep, Nome, Alaska. It's not with a G though. It's just Nome. But yeah, and they're the ones that scare me the most when it comes to talking about like ancient aliens and stuff like that. The Anunnaki, those they scare me. I don't want to be slaves. Yeah, I forget what the hell the movie's called. Is it just Nome, Alaska? Is it just the movie Nome? I don't know. I've heard so many ways. I just sat and watched it. Although I did ask a local, um, because I'm like that. I can go up to people, hey, did this really happen with the aliens? Um, and they told me cops have ways of making people disappear. Anybody in Alaska has ways of making people disappear. So, yes, exactly, parababes. Yup, exactly. Anaki scare me. But they're the ones I'm like really interested in. You know what I mean? The Sumerian people, and you know, it's weird why I'm drawn with them, or drawn to them, I should say. But yeah, Anaki scare me. Oh, see, that would freak me out too, freaky geek. Crystal's shadow. Is that like is that on like Netflix or Hulu or anything like that, or was it on regular TV? I'd like to see that. It freaks me out. Let me look at it. Crystal's shadow. I know I want what a gnome. I want to watch that too, but God, that movie freaks me out. It's the unnatural part of it. I'm telling you, that's what I get most scared of is the unnatural shit. You know, when they go all arms go all cockeyed. I cannot watch contortists. Contortists. I can, but Hypno Robber? Is that a movie or I'll definitely check it out. No, really? That would be cool. I'm definitely no, I will definitely check that out though. I will be doing some research on that. That's wild. Right, exactly, freaky. Exactly. Communion. It sounds familiar, but I don't think I have. Is that a real question or are you joking? Did I just swear? Well, it's not the first time I've cussed on here, but you know. Okay. Oh man. Thank you for that info, James. I'm definitely gonna, yeah, I'm gonna check that out. I've never heard of that. And I like, wow. See, it's that kind of stuff that I love. I love stuff like that. James, you might like Chad Kalick. I swear I should get paid for talking about Chad all the time. It still shows up on mine. But yeah, um, James, you might like Chad Kalick. Check him out. He's got some really good things on. Right? Oh, I say that all the time. See, but the blondes that we know, like Diary and that, they're all smart, so it's good. I know some, you know, we're just not going to go there. All right, guys. It's about getting that time. I'm getting stiff. I'm having a neck fit. No, I'm not really having a neck fit. That's what I love about you guys. Talking to you guys, I don't get nicotine fits here. Yeah. Chad. There you go, James. He's got a podcast here on YouTube, but he's got all his previews and that on here too about with his movies. He does a lot of documentaries and stuff like that. But you might like to check him out. He's pretty cool. Yes, Freaky Geek. Oh, yeah, I believe so. If you type Chad Kalick into, I mean, he's been on Paranormal State. you're gonna find him. You're gonna, yeah. If you Google him or on here on YouTube or whatnot, you type in Chad Kalick and it's gonna come up. You're very welcome, James. Yes, they do, Freaky. Blondes in the past get bum rap. Yes, they do. It's okay, because, well, now he's not blonde, but my husband's blonde. Now he's just salt and pepper, but he's going white hair. Yeah. Yep, that's him. American Ghost Hunter Chad, yes. Or American Ghost Hunters. That's the name of his paranormal team. I absolutely love him. A lot of his views, I have the same views on. And some I don't, but he thinks like I do. So when you watch him and when he's talking and that's what's going on in my brain. He's got several movies, documentaries. That's right, Parababes. Ooh, baby, baby. Baby, baby. Salt and pepper's here. Does that make us old? Or make me old? Not you guys. Make me old. Yeah, he's got movies for the paranormal. He's got movies of truther videos. He's got, but he doesn't like delve in. You got some UFO people and some paranormal people that like delve in everything's paranormal, and which isn't a bad thing, but it can be a bad thing. And I think like Chad thinks how I think. Tubular, totally tubular. Don't mention hips, mine's gonna give out. Like totally. Oh my god. I know that made me old. All right, guys, I got to run. I got to get out of here. Hopefully the hubby is bringing me home some crackers, cheese, and pepperoni because that's what I'm hungry for. Gag me with a cupcake. I'm 40. What the hell? How old am I? 6, 7, 8. I'm 46. Right? I don't know. See, I lose track. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me. You guys are amazing. You are awesome. Yeah, 10. I'm 10 in my head. Well, yeah, that I could go for that too, right? But you guys are awesome. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today and telling me. James, thank you for your stories. I appreciate it so much. You guys are just simply amazing. I can't explain it any better. Much love to you all. Thanks, Zach. Thanks for hanging out with me. Steven, Freaky Geek, James, the Para Babes, Diary's been here. Eddie and Jen. You guys are simply amazing. I love you guys. I really do. And I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Tomorrow is tarot card readings, right? Look, I don't have anything written on my calendar. What the hell am I reading there? Yeah, tomorrow is tarot card readings, and I hope to see you guys there. Take care, everybody. Have an awesome day. Much love, and I can't wait to talk to you tomorrow. Bye.
Tell me pretty lies, look me in the face. Tell me that you love me, even if it's fake.